And they're off. This past Veterans Day, horse racing at Laurel Park was alive and well with a moderate-sized crowd, but by the end of December, live races at the historic 99-year-old track may be a bygone era. Maryland Jockey Club executives, one of the track's owners, were hoping a zoning referendum to give the green light to a slots casino next door to Arundel Mills Mall would fail in the November 2nd general election, so they could submit a bid for slots at the racetrack. But they lost that battle.
We'll have to take the position the citizens have voted. We obviously still believe Laurel is the best site for gaming, and we'll review the options on what we can and can't do.
Shortly after the election, Chukas said live racing will end at Laurel Park. There will be no stabling, and the large complex of several levels of restaurants, bars, and betting and viewing areas will be used as an off-site betting venue for simulcast racing. But the track's majority owner, Frank Stronach, CEO of MI Development, says he wants to try and work closely with state officials and the Horsemen's Association to keep the track open. The conflicting statements have opened the door for a broad range of speculation about the future of the 360-acre racetrack.
I don't see it continuing.
I just don't think there's any way that they will close.
I'd like to make sure that the track stays in its location. I think horse racing is an important sport for the city of Laurel, the surrounding area, and the state of Maryland.
Laurel Park is losing money to the tune of between $4 and $7 million annually, and there are rumors that Stronach will seek legislation to allow some slots machines at the track.
I can tell you this, the property will not be sold. There are development plans that have been talked about, and we've talked about everything from mixed use to commercial and so on. I don't think a final decision on that's been reached.
But not everyone is buying that claim.
I'm not sure that that's the case. I mean, if somebody makes them an offer that's attractive enough, I'm sure they would consider it.
This is the track's paddock area where horses are walked and mounted by jockeys just before a race. George Beesmore is a supervisor here. He's worked at the track for 21 years and is concerned about whether he will have a job next year if live racing ends.
Not old enough to retire, not yet, so although I might look like it, but I'm not old enough to retire just yet. So.
And with the talk that live racing will end, what will that mean for you?
Well, it means I'm going to have to look for another job.
Gretchen Mobley lives in Cooksville and has 8 horses at Laurel Park. She's not so worried about herself if the track closes as she is about its longtime employees.
It would be such a disaster because we have so many people on the backside that would be absolutely homeless.
And when you say people on the backside, people like?
Old grooms, old hot walkers, that the track always gives them a room to live in once they get old and aren't working anymore. And these people, some of them can't read or write. And those are the people I feel sorry for.
It will probably be some time before a firm decision is made on whether live racing will survive at Laurel Park or if simulcast races will be the venue's future. Stay tuned. I'm Gwendolyn Glenn for LaurelLeader.com.